Okay, starting off with part two, we first got Bajiquan. Alright, stay with me, guys. We're ranking this. Three, two, one, S
S
tier.
tier.
So now let's actually explain why Bajiquan is an S tier style. So front punch, amazing, has good range. Front kick is not that good, it's a little slow, but it also has good range. Now the punch combos, just they're amazing. The last low punch, it sends you across the arena. And the high punches, they're very fast. They're meant to be used in close quarters. And well, what do you have to say, Ryujin?
I don't like the back punch and the kneeling punch.
Yeah, true.
They're probably the weakest part of Bajiquan's entire
Yeah,
combo kit.
but I mean, it has the back kick to compensate like really well.
Yeah, that's true. It has the back kick. Although sometimes I find myself using the forward kick more than the forward punch, but that's probably just a me thing.
Yeah, you get a lot of freedom in comboing with this style.
Yeah,
So
that's
what's
a
the next
lot
thing
of
you want to
freedom.
mention?
That's a lot of freedom in this style, even though you have more punches than kicks. It is very broken, surprisingly. Like this thing, you just get counter power, like the best counter power buff for free.
Yeah.
Just level 3.
Anyway, that's the thing. Like, they decided to put one of the best buffs on one of the styles with the best combos, and that's what brings it up to S tier.
There's one thing that would potentially reduce this, but this is more like a nitpick from my personal own thing. I don't like the blue hit action. Why did they give it the PS2 Yakuza Knuckle Duster hit action? That is not.
Yeah, that's most
That's not
most definitely
at all.
most definitely a nitpick. Aspect, do you have anything to add before we go on?
It's a good style, but yeah, the heat action choice is kind of weird, but that's kind of more like a cosmetic thing. The style is good combos, really good buffs, and it's overall pretty solid. Definitely like in the middle of S tier.
So yeah, overall, Bajiquan S tier, first S tier style so far in the ranking, and definitely a well-deserved one.
So next up, we have Weapon Mania. Weapon Mania is a very odd style when it comes to really everything. Its buffs are kind of weird. The weirdest one is weapon attack power. You know, like the street weapons. So that it's kind of useless in most of the story fights because you're not in the street. But it's useful in like the niche scenario where you decide, hey, I'm gonna pick up something and smack someone with it. The moveset itself is also pretty odd. All the punch combos are heavy attacks. All of them are finishers. You have 4 high punches and 3 low punches. And what makes it odd is that the low kicks are normal. They're like two normal kicks, and then so it has some combo ability. Though the high kicks are a bit weird, but you can just do low kicks. And the first low kicks hitbox is really shitty because it's like the boxing stomp.
It's the boxing stomp.
Yeah. So it has a combo structure. It's very odd, but once you get the hang of it, you can probably pull off like really long, like knee stun loops. And another thing about it is that you can loop bosses with the low punch string. If you just spam the low punch string, even if you're standing in front of them, if you just spam the low punch string, they're rarely gonna counter or block or dodge it. Like, I think the most they can do is like jab you to interrupt it. But most of the time you can just like loop that over and over until they die. So it's an interesting style. It's very gimmicky. From what do you think?
I honestly enjoy it sometimes, but I mean, it's not my main style that I would choose on a day-to-day basis. Though I think it still belongs in like B tier. I wouldn't put it in C.
I think I would put it in between boxing and Asian MMA.
That's fair, because
Because,
like you said,
because at least boxing, like, here's the thing that is very common in all these styles that are like in front of Weapon Mania and Asian martial arts. The combo structure allows them to maintain those finishers and have different ways to start up. So it's not always you're going to need to start with, let's say, the low kick, and then you're forced into the whatever next follow-up possible that doesn't kill your combo.
I mean, weapons are really OP in this game because like, they'll always break blocks, and it's very rare for an enemy to like parry it.
Yeah.
But you can use with any style and it will work.
Yeah,
So-
so having a style that is dedicated to weapons doesn't exactly feel crazy when they work the same with any style anyways.
Yeah. Alright, so I think that's all we got to say then.
So next up, it's Kung Fu, also known as Chinese MA or Chinese Kempo in the original translation. And this style, it's kind of strange, more than Weapon Mania. So you have the high punch and the high kicks, which are decent. The forward punch is good, has decent traveling range. The forward kick, it's fast. It's fast, that's the best I can give it to. But the back kick, the back punch, and fuck me, the worst by far, they're starting low attacks. So for some reason, they made the first low punch be a very slow attack in which Tatsuya performs a drunken gesture before throwing the actual punch. I know it's supposed to be a drunken fist type of thing, but it's very slow as a starter. And the low kick also is very bad, both in range and in the starting. It's very hard to follow up both. You have better chances following up through the high attacks more than the lows, which is kinda a shame at the same time because most of the time you're not gonna be following or starting combos through the highs. You're gonna be starting through the lows because of the knee stun enemies. That's pretty much what I have to say. What do you guys think?
So, yeah, you're right about all of that. And also, I want to mention like the back attacks a lot, or again, so the back punch, it's not that good. It doesn't have good range, but it's way better than whatever the back kick is. I think Aspect should talk about that.
Who at Sin Sophia, you know, in their great wisdom while making Kurohyou, who decided that this windmill kick, where you're spinning around like no less than 3 times, should have one hitbox that barely functions and isn't that good, and the move itself doesn't low profile anything, and it's slow and has like 3 years of recovery? Who decided that, oh yeah, we should give that move to Kung Fu, to Drunken Fist, and let's make it as shitty as we can? I have no words for this style. I have no words. I hate this style. I despise this style because of the back kick and nothing else. The rest is good. I can't name a single scenario where the back kick functions. It sucks.
I can, but it's honestly a miracle that I pulled it off.
Best compliment I can give to Kung Fu is the red heat action and the counter power buff like Bajiquan.
Yeah,
But
that's what.
but it's
pretty much
still
saved.
a worse style.
I mean, yeah, and I hate to say that about the style that carried me through my first ever Kurohyou playthrough, but I think it still deserves like B tier. So where are you gonna put it?
Yeah, I guess B tier. But I'm not exactly sure about if behind Asian martial arts or in front of it. I'm not really sure.
Because like it can be fast. Like as long as you use back combos, you can start the high punch completely safely.
Yeah, I guess.
And honestly, I would move ancient martial arts down to C tier, like just right above pro wrestling.
I was kind of thinking the same. This Asian martial arts, the more we continue to rank the other styles, the more lower this thing gets.
And the worse it gets.
The worse it gets for the style, like it lowers its value more, because here's the thing, this thing has combos, more unique combos, even with the shitty starters, than Asian martial arts.
Ancient martial arts, it doesn't have shitty starters, but instead it has a shitty finisher with the low kick. The banana slip.
Banana slip. Yeah, that's overall what we have to say about Kung Fu.
Alright, we've officially entered the extreme style territory.
Finally.
These styles are they're typically the better styles, but there's an exception. But we'll talk about that later. So first up, we've got Extreme God Hand. I really like this style. Every single string is just punches. That's all it is. And one thing I like about it is the fact that I'm pretty sure this is the only style where you can do a full 5-hit string of only heavy attack. If you start with the first high quote-unquote kick, then transition to the forward attack, either the punch or the kick, and then switch back to the high kicks, then you can finish it off with the 5th high punch, and it will just be a full 5-hit combo of only heavy attacks. Other thing I want to mention is style has full body blow buff, but it's for punches. And honestly, that's way more useful than joints like Jiu-Jitsu has, because you're going to be punching way more often, and style has really good range, just fast attacks. What do you guys have to say about it?
I like it. A+.
I rock with it. It's a pretty good style, and because it doesn't, with like the full body blow thing, it doesn't have the issue Jiu-Jitsu has, where it's like you do one move and you have it like a 1 in 5 million chance to apply the buff. With Extreme God Hand, you're like doing like really fast combinations. So like between your like 20 hit, or like if you're good 20 hit combos, there's like the chance to get the buff is way more than Jiu-Jitsu.
It's still kind of low though, but I mean it's still way better than the full body blow joints.
I mean, it's
So
possible.
yeah, I like where it is. It belongs in A tier.
It belongs in A. Damn, we should probably have had a G tier for this. Anyways, yeah. God Hand, A rank. Below Muay Thai and Kempo, just because personally I think having punches and kicks makes better for visual combos, like more variety. But I like God Hands too, it's very fun. Next up, following Extreme God Hand, we have the Nemesis, Extreme God Leg. Now, I'm gonna try to not be as biased possible to this style. It's the maximum A tier for me. And allow me to explain.
Okay.
So, it has similar buffs to God Hand, just apply mostly to the legs. Now, God Leg, it's probably the most fun style to mix in the entire game. It's probably the most rewarding one in that sense too, because in between the slow kicks you have fast ones. If you know how to combine them with the strings from either the kick or the punch, quote unquote, then you can get a very nice combo as a reward. I think the forward kick, not knee stunning, it's a little cheaty, but it's also kinda good. Because the point of the forward kick is not to knee stun, it's to help following up combos. That's probably the whole reason why they make that change in Kurohyou, but that's another topic. I think God Leg has definitely the most enjoyable experimentation from any of the other previous styles. It's fun to use, it's visually in strings, very entertaining, and it's very rewarding, like I said. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. Also, the thing about the forward kick, it's so like how Extreme God Hand is the only style where you can do a 5-hit string of only heavies. God Leg is the only style where you can do a 5-hit string of only lights, and that's thanks to the forward kick. And you know, like you said, it's really fun to combine. Like when you first get it, like when you try like comboing with it, you're gonna wonder what the hell were they thinking with these strings. But then you actually mix them together.
Yeah, it feels meh at the start, but the more you use it, the more fun it gets. What do you think, Aspect?
It's very funky. I love capoeira. Eddie Gordo, thank you, Eddie Gordo.
So yeah, overall, God Leg, probably the top tier A style. Even though I said early that I like having both punch and kicks to make the string look more natural, I think God Leg is the style that doesn't apply to that, because every single move just feels more natural to the string, which is something I don't get with God Hand, even though it is good. But that's all I gotta say.
Up next, we have probably the weirdest of the extreme styles,
Get it
extreme
off.
balance.
Get it off my
So
sight.
yeah, we see the style and we cower in fear because of how bad it is. Anyways,
This is the perfect
uh,
definition of hated by the pros, loved by the casuals.
exactly. So it's a very grapple-centric style. Its buffs revolve around grapples. It has the highest grab speed in the game, and
The
has-
highest counter power too.
it has the highest parry power in the game. Nai does not have strings. It has 2 hit strings, and most of the heavy attacks are atrocious. So you're gonna depend on grabbing a lot, right? This style also has the gimmick of pro wrestling, where each level has its own grabs. I don't know, it doesn't differ that much, but this style still sucks. You can cheese bosses with it because bosses basically never react to the grabs, and if they do, they're gonna try like to react with a parry. Wow, so cool. So yeah, what do you think?
It's definitely possible to combo with it, but like you said, the moves are really weird. Style actually has good range thanks to the forward attacks, but the back punch really sucks, and the back kick, it's not much better, but it's okay. So yeah, I don't really have much to say, because I've comboed with it before. It's kind of enjoyable, but I don't think I'll ever do it again. Actually, I actually have to, though, for the gameplay. But yeah, what about you, Ryujin?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Jokes aside, I don't actually know, man. This is the definition of just cheese, this style.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
definitely extreme balance. Unironically called extreme balance. And
You mean
cheese.
ironically? Yeah. It's not balanced at all.
I don't know where to put it. I genuinely
like-
want to put this on D. I don't.
Yeah, objectively, we should put it in like C tier, but I don't know, man. I don't really care where you put it at this point.
We'll put it on D. I think it's just there. I don't really
Yeah.
want to think about this style. I think I want to just move on.
It gets really uncomfortable. Alright, I think we're ready to move on.
After the utter fucking disappointment that extreme balance is, we're gonna go on to, in my opinion, my humble opinion, the best and most fun extreme style, Extreme Awaken. This style, it's a little bit gimmicky, but in a good way. Most of its strings are like 2 light attacks and then 3 finishers, and for the kicks it's the same. It has
That's cute.
very solid front and back punches and front and back kicks. Its combo ability is also pretty good, since the heavy attacks after the light attacks are actually pretty fast, so that's in its favor. Its buffs are pretty solid. It has, even though it does have, sadly, weapon attack power, but it has 2 really good buffs to counteract that. It has heat attack power, and it has beastly blazing power. If you don't know what beastly blazing power is, it's when you're on low health, you do more damage. So this is useful if you get into a street fight and have no heals. Just quit this style and beat everyone. As we said, the combo structure is pretty good. The second high kick is a bit finicky, but you can still get it to work in combos. And it's overall a great style. What do you guys think?
Basically said everything I wanted to say. And I would put it above street fighting, honestly. It's basically better street fighting.
I don't think it will be above Lucha though. I think Lucha just still wins by speed alone. But Awakening, it's definitely solid. Definitely the street fighting style. But I don't have much to add though, because you guys pretty much just said everything that I could possibly think.
Yeah.
The only thing
Right.
negative I can say is just blazing power. We mentioned how that's like a good buff on low HP, but that's just on low HP. In a lot of cases, you're not gonna be playing around that. Sure, it can definitely help in a clutch if you're fighting a boss that takes a lot of your HP and you're just happen to have the perfect amount to kill him. But other than that, I don't have much to say. I think it's fine. It's decent.
We can move on then.
After another really good style, we have another pretty good style. We have Extreme Tenacity. Extreme Tenacity is entirely heavy attacks. Everything is a heavy attack. It has strings of 5 finishers all in a row. It's a bit similar to Weapon Mania in that aspect. It's a bit better as its starters are mostly faster, especially the first low punch. That one's really fast. It boasts solid range on most of its moves, and similar to Weapon Mania, you can loop bosses. The issue comes with kneeling at it, because sometimes if you hit them with another heavy attack, and as we said, you have entirely heavy attacks, the combo will drop because they'll fall on their face. It's a very solid style, or its buffs are great. I personally really like this style. What do you guys think? What do you think, Chrome?
Yeah, I agree. Like, also the max health buff it has, like, it makes your health bar so big and it takes forever for you to die. And I love it for that. And like you said, well, it's maybe just heavy attacks, so you would assume it's slow, but it's anything but. Alright, so what about you, Ryujin?
So I want to say something that might be controversial. I think the combo consistency on this style it's not great. And let me explain. Because each move it's heavy, that means that there's a good chance, yes, you will knee stun. However, this is a double-edged sword, because knee stunning in this game, or just in both games in general, it's very inconsistent. Not entering the state itself, more like what happens after it. Because there's a chance, okay, you might, let's say, re-staple the guy and you can continue comboing him. Let's say maybe you get lucky and perform a double knee stun with the next move. However, in a lot of cases, as the fight will progress, the injury level is gonna become high and your combo consistency is going to get massively reduced. Even when the injury level isn't high enough, I can still drop my combos just because Fortitude having everything be heavy. So that's why I say I think that this style it's good, but the combo consistency it's fucked. Mostly because not entirely because of the style fold. It's more like a game design, but that's what I think.
That's only a problem in long fights, though.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think that's what we have to say.
Long fights are gonna be inevitable. You're gonna get high level injury at one point, and
Not always.
not always, but it will happen. But that aside, where should we rank this?
I'd put it like mid B, probably.
Probably mid B.
Buff karate would be fine.
Yeah, I think between MMA and karate. What do you think, Aswak?
I'd put it over MMA, but under street fighting. Because it's a bit better than MMA, especially because of the buffs.
He kind of makes a point. It is kind of slightly better than MMA.
Yeah, alright. I'm fine with that then. Let's put it there.
Yeah, let's put it above MMA. Now we're moving to the penultimate style. And this one, it's God. This is Kung Fu, but just fucking better. S tier. Behind Bajiquan though, because of the buffs. But I'm going to explain to you why. The Wild Dance. We call it Wild Dance in this lens. Extreme Wild Dance pretty much takes the best of different styles. It takes the best of the godlike mixing, the best of the finishers from something like Muay Thai or God Hand, for example. And it takes very good buffs from some styles. For example, it takes the auto step from Kung Fu, but makes it better. And it has a fucking buff that just kills blocking very fast. And if you don't know, I hate blocking. It's the sole reason why I hate long battles and Hamaraki fight. And a little of Cho's fight. They're just too blocking. So having a style that just says fuck them, it's very fine for me. I think that gives him the benefit of being higher than any of the other previous styles. But
I agree.
That aside, the combo potential, very good. The mixing it's excellent. I don't have much to say. I like the combination of the fast kicks and the low punches. I think the low punches are definitely the more consistent ones. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, for all the reasons you said, I agree. And also, this one thing I really like about it is the fact that you can mix the last high punch with the back punch, because they're the exact same move and enemies almost never parry it. I don't know why, but I'm not complaining.
It's a free win. What do you think, Aspect?
Overall, just like what you guys said, it's just kung fu but better. If you want a drunken fist style, this is the one. It's basically better in every aspect, and yeah, I personally really like the style too.
There's only one thing negative I will say about this style.
It's the forward punch, the janky thing, the janky flying elbow.
Yeah, the flying elbow is very janky with the hitbox it has. But not only
It
that,
has good range, but
it has range,
yeah.
but the hitbox kind of fucks it up. The thing that I wanted to mention was the hit actions. Now again, we said this before with some other styles. The hit actions are pretty cosmetic, but I don't like the blue hit action. I don't mind the red, but why is the blue boxing shit?
I honestly never minded that.
What the fuck were seeing Sophia cooking on this?
Like you said before, they were cooking everything.
It's because actually both martial arts include punching, so they're basically the same martial art. That's why it has a boxing.
Shut up, martial nerd.
So, I really don't want to do this, but we have to put this style in S tier, even though I'm fucking tired of it.
But where do we put it? Do we put it behind Wildlands? Do we put it behind Bajiquan? On top of Bajiquan? Actually, let's leave it here and let's hear the reasons of Chrome to why he's tired of this style. Enlighten us.
So it's in the S tier style easily. Very good mixing. Every string has only one finisher, which means you're not really gonna be like accidentally dropping combos off of knee stuns. There's this one really cheesy combo you can do. You can do 4 low punches and then do the 5th high kick. And it's like a really fast combo. It has really high range. And it's really cheesy, and I hate this style for that. If we look at the buff, we have all full extreme. If you don't know what that does, it increases all your damage output by 50%. Tenacious Force of Will makes it where you cannot get knee stunned, and Infinite Stamina is self-explanatory. So yeah, really good buffs. Definitely an S tier style, but I'm tired of this style. I just hate seeing it now. What do you think, Ryujin, in aspect?
I'm kind of tired of it too, but I can see the reason to why this is the best style and what is mostly used on bosses like Tyson or Shinju. Not only because it depletes the health quicker, but it's also it's the easiest to combo with. I think it's the top of S because of the speed and the buffs. And just the damage output, it's so incredible. This is the type of style you get scared to fight against, both as the player and probably as the enemy. This thing is just wrecked.
Like, again, it's a good reward after you maxed out every style, but like, personally, I'm tired of it. I don't think I can put that across enough.
What do you think, Aswik?
About Extreme Man, it's really good, but it just makes the game too easy. Like, you have these really fast strings, and you have this really high damage output, and you have these really good heat actions and stuff. It's a cool style, but it just makes the game boring. It has variety, it might have like combo variety and stuff, but it's still, it's too good for its own sake.
Yeah, but I mean, you get it at the end of the game anyways, like, I guess it's supposed to be like that. There's just no gratification when you like beat a boss with this style, at least for me, especially for no damaging it. So I'm gonna talk about something kind of off topic. My least favorite Kurohyou video that I've done is my Shima video, and it's all because I use Extreme Man.
Boo, tomato.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I felt no sense of accomplishment when I did it. But yeah, if I could go back and tell myself not to use Extreme Man, I would.
If I could go back in time, I would tell myself to not do no damage this game.
True.
Yeah, true. Alright, well, I think that'd be it.
We have done it. We have ranked every single playable style in Kurohyou. Don't ask us to make a sequel. Fuck you. We hate Kurohyou too. With that said, thank you for sticking with us through both of these parts, and we hope that this was educational in a way, and that's about it. Thank you, Chrome. Thank you, Aspect, for allowing me to have the opportunity to work with both of you to make this happen.
Yeah, thanks. Now I get to make you fight Ouija all over again.
Fuck!